Who's the best movie reviewer through and through? That's Movie Mania on YouTube. That's who. Why don't you stay a while and have your life review?
Hello, everybody. It is Matt, and it is Fiendish Friday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Please do me a favor to like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day, such as a brief synopsis, starring cast, directors. This one has directors, not a starring cast. But runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a trailer for where you can see a link for a trailer where you can see that. Now that I got all that said in mind, all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a very interesting one. It is the short version of White Gardenia's John Calvin and other excerpts from the King James Bible, which is going to be a colossal freaking release when that does come out. This one is a nice and easy rolling 1 hour and 15 minutes. So it's definitely quite the adjustment between the two there. That's just massive, because the regular King James Bible, when that does releases, I think it's got over a 4-hour time limit, just to let you know. So it's definitely going to be a long haul for you. Now, as far as directors, what do we got here? We got Daniel Valient, of course, Vivian, Cate, Quintero, love her, CoffinBirth, the amazing Marian, Dora, Blucifer, Rockbones, Christian Michelsen, Nathaniel Jones, Sierra Gallagher, Bridgerton, Bill Cate, my good friend, Peter Langston, Shio Motarasu Mono, Wayne Coyne, Jacob B. Green, another good friend, Daniel Zander, and then Cory Cowling, which I love Cory. I did a special Another Day, Another Dollar, and with her, which was a lot of fun. Along with Vivian, I did one with her as well, which was a lot of fun. Now, as far as this one goes, it is all over the place with as far as its story-wise. I'm not going to lie, I am not very familiar with the King James Bible. I have heard and read small excerpts here and there. I will admit I am not a religious person by any means. So you're going to get a 100% review of how I exactly feel, because of that difference between me and the filmmakers here, because my thoughts are they definitely read the excerpts that they are portraying, which, you got David and Goliath, Saul, the leprosy. It just really goes on for quite a while on different subjects, matters of the Bible itself. I really enjoyed certain aspects of it. This one, it's really different for White Gardenia film. There's no self-mutilation or anything of that nature. It is 100% film, which is nice and different. It's cool. Um, Now, as far as things go, um, my favorite segment by far is the David and Goliath segment. I thought that was filmed really cool. Um, and then the leprosy segment was also really cool as well. You got to see some fun effects. This is done in almost a sepia type tone as far as the color construction goes with this one. It's very uh, worn down, and it feels like you're watching something that was made long time ago. Which all actualities, this stuff has been made within the last few years. I think Daniel's been working on this project for like 2 or 3 years now, if memory serves me. And he's still got a ways to go from what I see here. If he for what he's putting together for the master plan for this thing. So definitely check this out if you're into art house films. This is very art house. There's visual things that you'll see that will blow your mind in ways. There's things that you will hear that will not only make you think about it long afterwards, but it pierces the sound, the eardrums a little bit with some of the sounds on this. I don't dislike this movie by any means. It's just not my favorite White Gardenia. I'm more excited for the extended long version, which will take me a couple of viewings to really get. I really wish with this one I got to see it at least one other time, because I think it would help me review exactly how I feel a little better, in my opinion. But sometimes things don't work out in that fashion, and schedules get busy and blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. Now, on to the final three things that I love my movies to me. First and foremost is the audio. The audio is very interesting. You have background noises that are voices. They're hard to interpret in places. I know that they talk about Elon Musk at one point, and his theory on living in the Matrix. It's an interesting thing. And they also talk about resurrections in this, which was also really cool. Because who knows? Maybe that's what's on the other side, is a resurrection into something we don't know yet. So it makes you think. So on that audio, I'm going to give it probably a B, because it I would have liked to hear it just a little better, that audio. I understand he's going for something very art house, very niche, that where the select crowds are going to love this. It's going to have a small fan base, I have a feeling, unfortunately, because if you like the Symbolicus films, chances are you'll like this. It's very similar in style. It has that really sharp edge of it, of the art house cinema, and goes deep into the undergrounds to show you various things that you normally wouldn't see on screen. So it's very interesting on that end. And now let's move on to my second thing, which is dialogue. There's audio dialogue, and there's also across the screen it'll run little tidbits of each scripture, and then like a kind of like a silent film, where when they're talking, you get the dialogue in the background. Granted, it probably has nothing to do with as far as a deep meaning on that on the dialogue. I'm not since I don't know the King James Bible very well. It makes it hard to describe how I feel in some ways. But the dialogue is very different. I wish the stuff that flashed across the screen was on there just a little longer, so I could read it. I read all of it. That's my only real beef with this one, to be quite honest. I think it's a great film for what it is, but the dialogue that runs across the screen, I just really wish I had a couple more seconds on each of them to really read all of them. So I think that's his only real downfall as far as filmmaking goes, especially on the dialogue end of things. Now the third, and that's going to get an A on that end, because I liked what I saw. If those tidbits that I was talking about that run across the screen, if those were there a little longer and maybe a brighter color, I think I would have given it an A plus on that end. Now on to the third and final thing, which is editing. This has been edited together really, really well. There's been a lot of love, time, and patience put into this film, and you really can tell. Because editing this, I imagine, could be very hard at times, because you got so many different filmmakers attached to this, and you got so much. You got the different styles, and then how each of them deliver their section of the Bible. So it could be really good in places, I imagine, and maybe in a few places it might not be the best, but it still works for what it is. They try really hard, which I love that about Daniel and his films, because he really tries. He does not put out lazy work, in my opinion. He is constantly on the go, making great stuff, stuff that attacks you visually, auditory, and just every way you can go. He does his best to shock you and to get you squirming a little bit. So onto that editing score, I'm going to give it an A there, because I feel like this would be a hard one to edit. And now onto my final score of 1 through 5. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. It could have been better, but it could have been much worse. It's not a bad movie, or a bad film, excuse me. This is a movie. This is an experience. So definitely check it out if you're an art house fan of the underground cinema. If not, you probably won't care for this one. As much as I hate to say it, this one's going to have a really interesting crowd. Alright, guys, I love your faces. I'll see you next week. I'm not 100% what I got lined up. I might just review something that I own out of the collection. Since April, I didn't really get too many directors signed up. Maybe May will be a little better. Fingers crossed. Alright, y'all. Love your faces. Peace.